I really just give the mic to you for you to like narrate what happened, the events, everything you can remember, and let's just start from there.
Right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the audience. So certainly, it's the everything all began with an offer from an individual claiming to be an angel investor. The name of this individual claiming to be an angel investor was Mr. Simon Tiwari Adrian, and he initially showed interest in like giving us a convertible loan of $1 million to be repaid over 5 years at a 7% interest accrued per annum. This interaction actually started after not long after we participated in Midem. Midem, it's the global conference whereby music decision makers are always attending. The likes of Spotify, the likes of Deezer, the likes of TuneCore, everyone was present there. And we at Astrotwig were also present there. We pitched to all these decision makers. We were even seeking for the major aim was seeking for funding and partnerships because from now till this moment, the amount of money was spent on building Astrotwig. I think most people think that Astrotwig is just a streaming platform, but it's so much more than that. It's a social audio streaming platform, and it combines social media and audio streaming. It even has AI. So I guess because most people, I noticed most people were saying, "Oh, why are they needing so much money to build a music streaming platform? It's just to stream songs. It's the technology involved is way deeper than that. So that's what actually got us into this mess with the angel investor claiming to be Mr. Simon Tiwari.
Okay. Thank you. So the Simon reached out to you, and then instead of Larry, who was the person that attended the event, did you at any point think that it was fishy, or I mean, how did that play out for you when the person reached out to you instead of Larry? And again, I also heard you say that it was someone that introduced you to the Simon. Who is that person, and how have you been able to like reach the person? Because the last time you said you've not been able to reach the individual.
All right. Thank you so much. So initially, after the event at Midem, I will first of all answer your first question. When we went to pitch at Midem, the contacts on the slides was actually my contact. So although
Okay.
Gideon went to pitch over there, when you done pitching, the call to action, okay, we are trying to raise so and those. So reach out to because at that time I was the CEO, reach out to so person for partnership and possible funding opportunities. So I thought maybe he went through that presentation because he claimed that he was at Midem too. Because when I mentioned Midem, he was like, "Oh yeah, that's where he saw us." And pertaining to the person that gave me his number, the person name is Max. He's also a founder of Chaupa. Chaupa is like this food. I'm trying to remember. There's this platform that Chowdeck. Yes, Chaupa and Chowdeck. They are trying to do. Chaupa is trying to copy Chowdeck. So when I posted on Twitter, I think January 31st, that because after the event at Midem, um, because Midem happened January 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. I think it was a 4 days or 5 day event. So after the event of Midem, we are not seeing because what we expected was that um after this Midem, at least we supposed to see funding we go at least push everybody because right up to this moment, everyone on Astrotwig has been working without any um paycheck. So it's just any small money I have, I just send to compensate. And okay, the server cost, AWS, everything, the amount that we are paying for monthly server, upgrade and everything. It was already getting, and I'm a student. The money I was getting was pulled from my co-founders and even people in the team that will contribute money. So we were thinking, after this Midem, because we were really excited when we got invited to Midem. After this Midem event, okay, everything was going to go right and everyone was going to be happy. Then when nothing happened, I was like already worried that what is going on. So I went on Twitter and I tweeted that please, we are trying to look for funding. If you know, because I've heard of startup stories that got funding through that avenue, that maybe they just tweeted something, then high net worth individual comments and they were able to secure funding. So I was like, let me try that. So I tweeted that. I tweeted it not even only on Twitter, it was on LinkedIn, it was on my WhatsApp status too. So this person saw it on my WhatsApp status and he messaged me, was like, bro, I know a 500K. I now said, okay. He now asked me that, do I want to be collecting this amount in dollars? And I was like, that's true, because the way it works in investments is that if you collect money in dollars, you have to pay in dollars. And with the rate at which inflation is going on, it's not even going to be making sense for anybody to collect investments in dollars. So I was like, you know what, see, let's just try our luck. So he now said, okay. He now sent a number. So he sent a number and he also sent a link. So that link is the website, Diara Properties. That was the link of the website. So Diara Properties, he said he saw Diara Properties, they posted that, oh, they are looking to invest in startups in Africa that are trying to raise funding, and they are giving them loans, that I should try my best, that I should see if I can. So I applied, I filled everything, and he said, okay, once I've filled everything, that I should message that number, that so that this, because he said a lot of founders, and if you notice, when that incident happened, there were about 3 people that came out and said this same guy, this same
Yeah.
Simon Tiwari guy has approached them, saying that he wants to invest. So he was like, a lot of people are on this guy's neck. A lot of startups wants to secure this funding. That once I've filled the form on the website, that's that Diala Properties website, that I should message him and tell him also, so that he will follow up. So when I did that, I did a message, I wrote everything, and I sent a message on WhatsApp. So that was how I was able to get the connection to Mr. Simon Tiwari.
So from what I understand, from what you said, did it appears the your friend, which is Max, was the one that linked you to the Mr. Simon, and not Mr. Simon reaching out to you.
Yes, yes. So it was not Mr. Simon that reached out to me.
Okay.
It was through Max that he sent a link that startups are registering to get this loan. So when I messaged Mr. Simon, then Mr. Simon now said, okay, let's jump on a call. So he called me on WhatsApp, and the thing that actually like made me to even believe him was that the first call we had on WhatsApp was a video call. And the time he called me, said I was outside, I went to buy food. I was in school, and I had to immediately enter a restaurant to like maybe set up my phone camera. And so it was
Yeah.
a video call, and it was like he said, oh, that. So I was telling him about Astrotwig, trying to sell the company, and he said, oh yes, that he saw us and meet them, that he has been trying to reach out to Astrotwig to like. He said he loves the idea so much and he has been trying to reach out to Astrotwig. So I was like, wow, this guy will certainly invest, since he was looking for
Okay.
us to like reach out to. So
So
that
it
was
means
what
that he
happened.
saw you guys at Midem, but maybe he couldn't
Yeah,
get the
yes,
contact. Okay.
yes,
Okay.
that's what he claimed. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what he claimed, that he saw us and meet them.
So where is Max now? Have you been able to reach Max?
Yeah, so yes, I've been able to. Me and Max were still even talking yesterday. So Max said he was this close to also like finding the money, because what the amount Max was trying to raise was 200,000. And
Mm.
what Max told me that time, because I was like, okay, the amount we're trying to raise, any amount from 100K to 1 million, we will be able to manage it. We just have to know how we're going to cut costs. So Max told me that him was trying to raise 200K, that him is looking for a 200K ticket, because all this when it comes to convertible notes,
Mm-hmm.
investors or LPs, they give out tickets to startups. So it's that ticket that they'll use and know if they are going to invest in you or not. So he was like, he said the ticket him is looking for is for 200K, and said him will have gotten it will have gotten it if he had like the collateral amount. That it was like, and I told him that that collateral amount, that I don't have it to. He now said that if you can try and convince this Simon Tiwari guy that he should collect, because originally, if you look through the contract, Simon Tiwari was asking for 7% of the money in collateral.
Mm-hmm.
So that guy was like, that Mark was saying that he doesn't have 7% of 200k, and Simon wasn't even looking to invest 200k because the amount Simon was saying was 1 million. He was saying 1 million. He was saying 1 million, and Max was like, bro, we don't need 1 million. He said his startup doesn't need 1 million. That he said is 200k. And the way I met Max was very funny because I met Max. Max is also a Futerian. I met Max at Alcoholics. There was this Wema Alcoholics. When Wema Alcoholics came to our school, so I met Max there, and we have been friends for like 2-3 years now. And as at that time, when I met Max, he was also a roommate to my friend. So anytime I go and see my friend, we always talk about startups. So when Max said that I've don't secure this 200k, I've secured what he told me that I've secured this 200k, but I don't have the collateral amount to pay for it. That's what he told me. So I was like, so I mean, I'd already given up. I'd given up already. I'd given up. I said, where do we want to see this amount? So I called Mr. Simon Tiwari on a WhatsApp call. This one was not a video call, a normal WhatsApp call. And he told me that we have to find out 70k. He even sent a website. The website was the website that was insuring the investment. He
Mm-hmm.
said, that's the website. So I did a little bit of background check on the website, and I did a little bit of background check on Simon Tiwari himself. So when I did a research on Simon Tiwari, and I found out that Simon Tiwari was a Simon Tiwari Adrian, the person he was claiming to be was involved in a $50 million scam with Flutterwave in Kenya, where Kenya had to freeze Flutterwave accounts because of suspicious activities such as money laundering. So when I did the research, and I now discovered that okay, maybe this is the reason why Simon Tiwari is asking for payments, because he said he was going to make the payment in Bitcoin. And in fairness to me, when he said this, I called Larry, and Larry told me that this Bitcoin, I have a brother that works in a bank. So Larry went on the call with his brother and I. And his brother said, oh, see, I work in a bank. We're going to make sure that we'll verify this transaction. It's going to be a traditional bank way of funding instead of crypto. But at that time, when I spoke to Mr. Simon Tiwari, he was like, no, that he had issues with investing the traditional way, and his money is unaccounted for till today. So I was even trying to make him to invest in us by saying, okay, you know what, let's go with this crypto route.
You muted. Hello.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um. So there's no way this Max is involved in this whole situation. What I'm just trying to understand is, do you have any suspicion that this Max could be collaborating with Simon Tiwari?
Yes, I did not have any suspicion for Max, because like Max, I've seen like 3 other founders come out and say this Simon Tiwari guy approached them. And Max is someone that I still talk with Max yesterday night. We were still trying to talk with Max yesterday night. He even tracked the email that Simon Tiwari was using, and we even found out that the email he was using is a bot email. It's not an email linked to any company. So
Mm.
Max is even trying to solve the issue. Max has already, because I'm part of a startup group called Growth, Groth. So Growth has all the startup founders from Akure, Lagos, Ibadan, basically
Yeah.
Southwest. So Max also reported the case to Growth, and it turns out that about 3 other founders from that Growth group has also been met by this same guy. So
Mm.
me and Max were even saying that this guy is probably a Nigerian that is staying, maybe the person is staying in these locations, because we noticed that all the founders is targeting are founders
Yeah.
um in the Southwest.
Yeah.
So the fact that Max is even collaborating, to be quite honest, I was having a little bit of skepticism. But when I called Max, anytime I call him, he's always speaking, he's ready to help. So I don't suspect that he's
Okay.
part.
Okay.
But I don't want to rule out the option too. I don't want to rule out the option too.
Yeah. Let's talk about how you actually gathered the 20K, right? And yeah,
Okay, can you guys hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so the way we were able to gather the 20K was very funny because I had, like I said before, I had given up. I know when they said, "Oh, gather to 20K for collateral," whether I want to see it. The amount of money we have spent since the time we are building Astrotwig till now is a little bit above that amount. So whether I just want to see, and we have been building Astrotwig for almost 2 years now, like the app itself. So I was like, where do you want to see that amount? So I even spoke with Larry. I spoke with everybody I knew. I was like, bro, where can we see this money? Larry too was also trying from his end to like get that money too, but he couldn't get it. Even I called my elder brother that was not in the country. I was like, do you have up to this amount? He was like, he said he doesn't even have 10%, 10% of the money. Then I reached out to Diesel. This was the last person I reached out to because the way it works, the organogram of Astrotwig is that each co-founder has a specific section, and we make sure that each co-founder doesn't interact with the section of each co-founder. So, for example, now I'm in charge of operations and funding. So me, I'm the one looking for funding and to like optimize the operation. I'm the one that always be like, okay, let's join Trello, let's join ClickUp. You get. Then there's the other co-founder, Pelumi. Pelumi is the designer. So anything that has to do with the app designs, I don't interfere with how the app looks. I don't interfere with how the app should function. So Pelumi is in that section. Then the last section of the company is the promotional aspect, the influencer aspect, and that's Diesel's part. So this was the last person that I told because I felt like, okay, since we don't want to promote, we are not promoting the app right now, so he should be the last person to know about it. So I called him last, and that night when I called him, he was like, he said, "Are you sure this thing is sure?" I said, in my own mind, I was like, even if he's not sure, safe, I cannot send the money to him. It's going to just be like proof because that's what he told me. He said it's going to be proof. He said that's what it's going to say. Just proof. Just check out the app. And I said the app. Just check out the amount that is in the kidney and just pay it out. And just once you check out that we have this amount in the wallet, just pay out the money to that same wallet, the loan you want to give us. So I called Diesel, and Diesel got back to me like in maybe like few hours or so, and he said, because Diesel manages a lot of artists, he knows a lot of people. He knows a lot of people. He's very, very influential when it comes to like music and entertainment world. He now said a bunch of his friends, about 7 or 8 of them, have been able to that they gathered all their savings. That since it's just
Collateral.
just to show the artist, I said it's artist, just to show the investor, no money is going out, nothing is going to touch the money. They gathered everything and they sent it to a new blockchain wallet. So that's how we were able to get the money. This happened few hours after I called Diesel because I already ruled Diesel out of that. We are not promoting the app now. The only time I should message Diesel is when we want to like promote the app, we come up with promotional strategies and marketing campaigns.
Okay. So you guys were able to secure the fund, and then it was supposed to just be a way to show the investor that okay, we have this said amount, and yeah, and it was supposed to be that when you eventually get the loan, you return the said amount back to the guys that lent you
Yes.
the
Yeah.
money. So just sort of walk us through the process or the way that you went about transferring the $19 instead of the 19K. What transpired, and you also using Misellum instead of like just using normal Binance or like a
Yes.
popular yeah.
All right, thank you so much. That's a very, very important question. So, as it happened, the investor said, we only make investments through Mycelium wallet. That was what he told me. He
Yeah.
said, we only make investments through Mycelium wallet. He said, and the way he requested for the transaction to be done, he said, when I want to do the transaction, he said, because he said where he was, he said he's in the UK, that because of transparency and he has not met me physically, that everything should be on video call. So as we
Mm,
were doing the transaction, everything was to be on video call. And he now said, okay, because those guys, before they sent that money to a new blockchain wallet, they went to go and do the ratings of Mycelium wallet on iOS is very, very low, about 2 point
Yes.
something. While the rating of Mycelium wallet on Android Play Store is about 3.6 or so. And when I went to check about this Mycelium wallet, people were saying as long as they don't have your seed phrase or your passphrase, or as long as you have two-factor authenticator and password protector and biometrics, that nobody can hack your wallet. That the reason why the ratings is so low is because the app was one of the first app that could allow Bitcoin transactions. So they have not done much updates since then. So that's why the ratings is low. I was like, okay, since I'm going to create a new wallet, nothing is going to happen to the money. So I created a new Mycelium wallet because after the funniest thing was that the time that they sent that money to the blockchain, I went on a video call with Simon Tiwari, my co-founder, and the people that lended me the money were on the call too. And he said, Simon Tiwari was saying, no, sir, I don't make. I said I don't make transfer to blockchain wallets. Say wallet created by blockchain. I don't make transfer. I only make transfer to Mycelium wallet. I was like, this will now told me that don't send anything to any Mycelium wallet. Don't send anything to any Mycelium wallet. That just show him, just show him. So I was like, okay, no problem. So when I showed him that blockchain, he said, no, he cannot make any payment or anything. So I cut the call. Then I made that decision myself that let me create a new Mycelium wallet. Let me download a new Mycelium wallet, add my fingerprint, add my biometrics, two-factor authenticator, everything. Then I transfer that money without telling Diesel. I transferred the money to a Mycelium wallet, a newly created Mycelium wallet that I created, a new one.
The entire
And I now
20K.
showed him, yes, the entire 20K. I transferred it
Mhm.
to that Mycelium wallet that I created myself, and I already put biometrics, I put two-factor authenticator, I put everything. So when I transferred the money, then I called the investor guy again because at that time, I already, in my mind, we already had that 1 million. We already had that 1 million down for the company because we have been trying to close this deal for like 2 weeks. We've jumped on many calls. We have discussed on campaigns. I've told we've even started doing spreadsheets for payroll for the software designers that have been working on it. We have done budgeting for the marketing. We've even started reaching out to the celebrities that are going to help us to push the app when we are done. Larry has already come up with a very beautiful marketing strategy. Like the money was already in my head then. So I was like, since this thing is just this little step, we have come this far. Let's just secure this thing and let everybody be happy and be excited that we have closed a funding round. So I sent it to the Mycelium wallet, and when I did, I showed the guy and I jumped on the call with the guy again. And I told my other co-founder, because my other co-founder, Pelumi, was in the room with me. Because when I wanted to do that transaction, I told him, he was in school. I said, bro, they come house now, they run. Come house now, come home now. We're about to do that transaction. So he started running from where he was in school because he was finalizing his project. Then he got to the house, he jumped on a video call with Diesel and the people that borrowed him the money. Everybody was on a WhatsApp call. Then me, I was on the call with the investor. So now the money was in the Mycelium wallet. Then the guy was like, okay, now he believes me that, okay, we have the collateral. And I said, no problem. He now told me that, okay, for me to facilitate the transfer of this money to your account, say for me to facilitate the transfer of this money to your account, send me your address, your Bitcoin address. So I sent it to him through WhatsApp. Said, send me your Bitcoin address and also do a test transaction of $19 so I know that the wallet works. I think that was when I should have like known that okay, something is wrong. But as like I said by that time, I was already blinded by the fact that we need to secure this money one way or the other. We have already followed it this far. You cannot just break it now. So I said, okay, $19, right? Said okay. He said he said he put me through the steps so that no mistakes will be done. So first of all, I inputted $19. $19, 0.00001 BTC or so. It was $19. My co-founder and Diesel and people that loaned me the money were on the call. Then he now said, okay, for the wallet that we are going to use and test, he said he now sent me a QR code on through my email. He now said, please find attached. That was the QR code. That was when the people that borrowed me money were saying, don't send this money that They don't use to scan code to send money. They don't use to scan code to send money. And I said, Sebi, this thing has two-factor authenticator, and now me put my fingerprint. They cannot send this money just like that. So I scanned the QR code. When I scanned the QR code, it brought out an address. Now, initially, he now said, okay, that since I've scanned the QR code and it has brought out that I should send the $19. Unknown to me, that QR code that I scanned
And
was not a normal address. It was I just got to know that it was a smart contract that had already had the amount that it wants to withdraw without my knowledge. It has already put, now initially I put $19, but as I scanned that address, it changed the value to 19,000. And when I confirmed everything and I pressed send, then I was expecting the balance to remove $19, but it removed 19,000. That was when I knew this is a scam. And I was now trying to message him that, sir, I've sent 19,000 instead of 19 to you. He cut the call and he stopped declining my calls. That was when I knew that I've been scammed. So that's how the whole incident happened. The whole incident, that's how it happened.
it's a really sad one, and I just really wish that you had taken the advice of your co-founders and those that really lent you money. And I mean, but that is already gone. You cannot keep beating around the bush. But like, what are you currently doing to sort of fix the situation or also find the Mr.
Yes,
Tiwari?
so right now we are following three strategies. So strategy one is tracking that person. And so far so good. We already know where the balance of that money is. We know the wallet where the money is. And as it turns out, the account, that's the person that actually scammed us, has already withdrew $1,000 from the money to an exchange. So he has withdrew the money to an exchange. So what we did was that immediately this thing happens, we reported to police. We got a statement. We also sent the details of everything that happened to the EFCC, and we are trying to track that money, because this person, something is telling me that this person is a Nigerian, because the startups the person is attacking are Nigerian startups. Like I said before, I've seen about three founders that came out and said this same guy, that the only thing that stopped them from falling to the scam was that they could not get that amount,
Mm.
because that was the only thing. Because the way this guy is so convincing. Number one is the company is registered under UK government. Number two, the story about Simon Tiwari being locked out of his money by the Kenyan government validates why he will want to invest in Bitcoin. Number three, immediately this guy tries to contact you, he uses video call so as to like believe that okay, he's a white person, and the voice and everything is that of a white person. So I was I was just trying to like do the due diligence I did about him was not enough, but it's quite convincing, because the people I spoke with, the founders I spoke with, said if one founder said if he had the money, he would have paid and fallen scam. The other one said ever since he said Bitcoin and Bitcoin was not traceable, that was when he backed out. The third founder, that was the Chaupa guy, that was Max, said the reason why he didn't go through it was because the ticket he was trying to get, the 200,000 ticket that Simon Tiwari said he only invests
One million.
on 1 million instead of 200K too. Because initially the amount we need as a startup, we are just starting up. We could do well with 100K and get to like a very, very huge milestone. Because even without any form of promotion or anything, we have numbers. When I mean we have numbers, like if you look at Crunchbase and ranking of companies, our companies is ranked very, very high. We have a lot of people using the app within few days of launch. Like a lot of people, even with the way the app is just buggy and disorganized, people are still using it. And we've had spaces, because before we build this platform, the major reason for Astrotwig is to help artists. And also because right now, when we did a little bit of market research, we discovered that less than 6% of Nigerians stream music. And that's why, even with the fact that Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, these guys are Nigerian artists, they always go outside. before they can get numbers or get recognition, because a lot of Nigerians don't stream music. So we discovered that through a survey that before Nigerians can stream music, we have to give them something back, because as we all know, Nigerians love AWUF and they love community. So we're like, okay, we devised a mechanism that not only rewards artists, but also rewards listeners through tokens that can be converted to airtime. And the way we plan on making it decentralized for artists, that instead of you paying $0.99 like the rest charge, you can pay as low as 300 naira, 400 naira. You can stream any music, provided that immediately your token allowance finishes, you have to recharge again. And for people that don't really listen to music like that don't stream music for hours, and with 300 naira every month, you can stream any song you want on our platform. And this money that we wanted to get, because I see a lot of people on the comment section saying, why do you need so much amount of money? That was because if we want to get people to stream, to use our platform, we have to have licenses. CoSton, MSN, all these people in charge of royalties and licenses, we have to pay an upfront fee for these artists. And the more artists you onboard on your platform, the higher the money you have to pay. For an artist, you can be paying $20,000 just to get, for example, now if you want to have Wizkid's song on our platform now, we have to pay an upfront fee of over $60,000. So I guess that's what most people don't understand about the music industry. And we know that if we're able to do this, because the most streamed platform in Africa, in Nigeria, is Boomplay. And the way Boomplay works is that Boomplay is owned by a Chinese company, Transition Holdings. Majority of the revenue that's meant to go back to the economy is going back to China. So we're like, okay, why don't we build an indigenous platform? And if you remember, if you follow Joe Yakan also made mention of we having our own indigenous streaming platform that contributes to the economy. So that was the driving force behind Astrotwig. Because I see a lot of people say the company was created to scam for this particular scam, which is not true.
Yeah, thanks. And I mean, it's a really great platform that you guys are trying to do, because I myself have also built a streaming platform in the past, and I know the level of work, the level of grit that it takes to build a streaming platform. So I know that you started a GoFundMe, and I think you've raised about $1,500. Can you shed more light on that, and why you think people should help the fund?
All right, thank you so much. So when this incident happened, we thought about various ways that, because we had to pay these guys back. Like I said, people that owed us and gave us the money is not one entity, it's a lot of people, and these people, most of them is their institution fees, is their house fees that they give us, their life savings. So the initiative was to get a certain percentage of the money back to give these people first, to get their lives going, because as it stands right now, these people are like, their lives is on standstill and they really demand their money. So we launched a GoFundMe campaign, to a crowdfunding campaign, to like get, if possible, if we can get maybe 20%, 50% of the money back, just to give them, while we focus on retrieving the money and finding the real culprit, because finding the real culprit is very, very important. It's like our main goal, not even the crowdfunding, finding the person that actually took that money, because my mind tells me he's a Nigerian. So far so good. We have been able to crowdfund $1,316 from the 20,000. And if we can get people to actually donate to help us offset this loan, it would help us to continue what we are doing at Astrotwig, because as it stands right now, everyone at Astrotwig is stressed up, and which is I'm mainly the causal agent, and we are trying to like offset that loan, because it's really, really spoiling something that started very beautifully. And
Awesome. Yeah.
sorry, I just want to mention that if we can do this, because what Astrotwig is going to turn out to be, I know most founders will say this, but it's not just about the platform. It's about the opportunity that's going to create for upcoming artists, create for listeners, and create for Nigeria as a whole. Nigeria can now be contending with artists from places such as the US, such as India, such as Russia, because we have the numbers, but we are not converting that number. So please let us help Astrotwig to help the economy, please. So if anyone is interested in donating to the cause, it will really, really go a long way really, really go a long way.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Continue.
no, that's all. I said I just want to say, and I'm really, really grateful for the love and support so far. So far, it's been overwhelming. It's been overwhelming for the love and support so far. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm going to add the when I'm posting this, I'm going to add the account details and all other details to the screen. And I also know that you stepped down as a CEO. Was that a voluntary decision, or how did you decide? How did you guys decide to?
Yeah. So it was a voluntary decision. I was the one that decided because um like I used to say before, I used to tell people even before 2 years ago, last before we even started building anything, I always say Astrotwig is bigger than everyone here. Astrotwig is so much bigger. Astrotwig is something that is going to last after everyone is like gone. And when this happened, it actually left a stain on Astrotwig, and we needed people to actually um, trust in us again. So what happened was that I left voluntarily. I'm going to be taking up I'm not leaving the company. I'm still in the company. I'm not leaving the company, but I'm going to take up another role, a supporting role. But I believe that Larry, that's Gideon or Larry is, when it comes to making level-headed decisions, because the kind of person I am, I get excited when it comes to music and get maybe anything that's to do with astronautics. So I can make erratic decisions. So in order for us to still maintain our integrity, I had to step down from CEO, but I'm not stepping down from the company. I'm a very, very good product manager, and I'm going to be involved. I'm going to be going more into like the product development and leave the financing and the financing and the budgeting to a more capable, and which is Larry. Larry has been phenomenal since he came. I would like to mention that even the events we went to at Midem, Larry used his own money. He traveled all the way from the Netherlands to France, booked an hotel. His feeding, everything was on him. So I trust him when it comes to making financial decisions. So, and it's more level than I am. So that's why I stepped down. This doesn't mean I'm still very much part of the company. I'm not going anywhere. But I just have to leave that role of controlling finance and everything to a more capable hand. Because like I used to say, Astrotwig is bigger than anybody in the team. So that's why it was a voluntary action. I wasn't forced. It was a voluntary action. I was the one that even said, you know what, in case if I become, because another reason is that in case if I become incarcerated, and when I mean incarcerated, maybe I have to go to prison or anything, it's not going to tarnish the name of Astro2 because there's still going to be somebody leading the company. So that's why I said, you know what, Larry, take the wheel. And it's so far so good. He has been doing very, very well. He has been coordinating the team. The developers did not stop. They are still building and trying to like make everything ready. So that's why I stepped down.
Great. Great to hear that. And I think one of the reasons why this may have happened the way it did is probably because there was no board um, to sort of look out for and approve decisions before they are taken. Is there going to be something like that, or is Larry still going to be the one to take all the decision? How is that going to look like going forward for the company? What's like
All,
the governance?
okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. So what is going to happen is that we currently are working on, we're going to elect a new board, of which I will still be part. And now every decision that has to do with any major decision, especially fundraising, budgeting, anything that has to do with the life of the company is going to be left in the hands of the board members. Now, the board members are going to be voting. They're going to be voting for any key decision that is going to make, and this will allow the company to make the right decisions, even if the wrong decisions might look like the right decisions. So that's what we're planning to do right now, because initially when I started Astrotwig was like just like a project, because I love music a lot, and I'm always concerned that with the way Nigeria is big, why our artists still struggling to exceed 50 million monthly listeners. So I believe that if we have a board of directors, like a board member, and that's not just going to involve people in the company, that's going to involve experts in the music industry, experts in the Nigerian economy. We need experts because this team, we're not just building it for ourselves. I've been we've been bootstrapping Astrotwig for 3 years now, and the major reason why we are like this hard on funding is because we need to get these licenses. The app, the technology is already ready. Like upcoming artists are already uploading their song on Astrotwig. And with the recent partnership with AfriPlay, we have been able to get more upcoming artists. But if we want to have these mainstream artists to use our platform, and in the long run, we are going to even have to spread our wings to across other African countries. We are going to need experts, um, not just me now that I just finished school, that is just driven by passion, someone that is driven by experience. So this is a call for help also. If anyone is interested to join us and join the board of directors, join the board members, people that are well experienced to join us so that we can make this decision and save the Nigerian music industry. Because whether we like it or not, we are currently in a bubble, and that bubble is the Afrobeat bubble. And if we don't capitalize on this, we are just going to be like dancehall, Jamaican dancehall that came, and there was no proper infrastructure to like save it. So that's why we need all the help we can get. So for now, currently, to answer your question, there's a board member board that is currently making any decision now. So any decision that comes up now is passed through that board. So and we make decisions. Okay, should we do this? Should we do that? Let's take a vote. Okay, once the vote is majority, we go with that one. Once it is minority, we don't go with it. So that's to help for better decision making, than it was before, that I just maybe just do. Most times on Astro, the way we do it is that, okay, when any decision comes in, anything I say goes. And that's one of the things that even got us to where we are right now. So, but right now, I have to be very careful, and we're going to be needing the board of directors. So,
Yeah, great. And I think that the most important lessons have been learned, and all that is needed now is to just move forward. And I think a lot of people, I think including myself, I'm going to at least add something to the platform. Hopefully, you guys are able to scale through this space and build a future that you're already imagining on your way to build. And in closing word, if there's anything else that you would like to add to this, and maybe Larry as well, if you guys have any other things to like add, and yeah, let's have it.
no, I have nothing more to say. Larry, do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Abayomi. Thank you for the opportunity. And I think I already sent you a voice message explaining what Segun just explained in terms of
Yeah,
Astra to me. The idea was not to build it for even our own gain. We need to sabotage the rest of what is left of Afrobeat. And if a platform like ours cannot survive and bring this to life, then we might live to regret it in the next coming generation. So I will be handling the affairs from like from the beginning that everything has happened, and acting as the CEO. And I will also try to be as open because I see that this caused a lot of public attention, which means that no matter how negative or no matter how we came out, people are ready to listen. So we'll try as much as possible to make it right from now and not leaving any stone unturned, and also making sure that we are able to live this dream because people like people like you are trying to help us to get out there and get larger visibility. So we cannot forsake the media, and we need to capitalize on the influence that the media has. That's why we had to initiate this meeting. So I just wanted to appreciate you for granting us this access and using your platform. Thank you so much, and hopefully we can maybe hear from you or get to do something else that is way more positive than this in the future.
certainly. I look forward to that, and I wish you good luck in your CEO capacity, and hopefully in the next couple of months or maybe next year, you get to like see the beauty of Astro 2. Thank you so